back to the channel. Today's video, I wanted to quickly go over my process for loading up my bike on my truck. For the most part, I'm a one-man show. So if I'm going to a meet, if I'm going somewhere for the weekend, loading up the bike by myself and getting it down by myself, and I know it gets sketchy, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So what I'm gonna do today is show you my method of getting the bike on the truck. I found a way that worked for me. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, of course. I kind of developed this method because I've had a bad experience. My old bike, tried to load on a trailer myself, tipped over, scratched up my fairings, and I decided that will never happen again. Today I'm gonna show you what I do. I am working with the CV1000R, of course. The truck that I have is a Silverado 1500, so it's a full-size truck. But again, if you're doing this by yourself, gets sketchy, and if you want to avoid damaging your bike, you might want to consider doing something similar. Let's jump into it. So the other things I bought for this is I have a electric winch. So the winch basically is going to connect to the bed of the truck, and the idea is for it to pull me up with the bike in the bed of the truck. So the winch came with a remote, so I don't really need to be at the winch to operate it. It also came with another control, which is wired, but it's usable if you don't have one with the remote. Winch itself was like 60 or 70 bucks. It wasn't that expensive. So winch, it came with a couple straps. I'm going to use a couple more straps just to attach to the bike, and you'll see once I get there. I am going to need power for this. So you can see this is powered. I do have an extension, and I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. And I have ramps. I have two ramps, and the idea here is to put both ramps together. They give me a surface for my foot, and that way I can essentially ride the bike or be on the bike while the winch pulls me up. All right, so over to the truck. Of course, if you're next to a outlet, you'll be good to go. But the good thing about the Silverado is that it comes with an outlet built in. So if you're somewhere that doesn't have power, if you have a truck like this, a Silverado, or most GMC trucks, I think most trucks for the most part, they are going to have a power outlet somewhere. But again, if you're near to a house, you can always plug it in. That way you can have the power ready for you. This is not an exact science, but you can see I did use a cargo strap to kind of secure it next to the main strap. And now we're gonna get the ramps loaded, and I'm gonna connect the winch to these and pull from this. So this should be plenty of strength to get me over. All right, so this is what that ramp's gonna look like. This is a pretty long ramp. I believe it's about 8 feet, I believe. So nice angle there. Should be able to pull me right on in. So the ramp actually came with these. These are just little hooks. Basically, you hook these into the trailer hitch of the truck, connect to the ramp, and that should keep the ramp from sliding when we pull up. So we're gonna install these, and then we'll talk about the next part of securing the ramps. Pull this part out, we're gonna loop it over, pull it through, loop it this way. Now we hook this guy into here. Always adjust it, but you're gonna go ahead and pull this guy. Pull them real nice and tight. So now these guys are not gonna slip back. So the other thing I'm gonna do is put 2 anchor points. I want to tie this part together. I want to put another one up here to tie at the top together. That way they won't slip apart. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll start with the loading. And like I said, this is not an exact science, so just do what you need to do to get it secured. And maybe even tie it off at the end just to make sure that you're good to go. Alright, so back of the winch, front of the winch. This part's gonna extend out. So this part, basically just put it through here. Now we're gonna get power to the winch. Let's press it. So for the bike, I have 2 straps right here, basically just wrapped it into itself. But it should stay in place as far as the pull-in once some pressure gets on it. So I shouldn't have any issues there, just pulling myself up. Both of them are gonna meet at the front, and then that's gonna tie into the winch. All right, so just like that, both of them inside of one another. And then this is gonna come out like this. And that should be attached to the winch. And that should be the rest of it. So it's a nice and slow process, as you can see. And again, with the remote in hand, I can just easily stop it when I'm ready to. I also have it in first gear, so if something happens, I can always just hit the clutch. All right, so we're at the automatic cutoff, but I'm at a good point right now where I can actually just hit the clutch a little bit, move forward, get the rest of the bike on the truck. And once it's on the truck, everything essentially is gonna go in reverse. The truck already has tie downs in the bed, so all I gotta do is strap it, 2 straps in the front, 2 in the back, and I should be good to go. Now, the bad part about this is that since I'm a one-man show, I do have to carry this with me, so those, fortunately, they fold all the way up and all of it will fit in the bed. Lock it all up, then I'm good for my road trip. So, of course, getting it down is just everything in reverse. Now just putting the winch in reverse. So that's my process. I realize that people might do it differently, but that's what works for me. And I kind of bought the necessary equipment to make sure that if I'm by myself, I have a way to get the bike in the truck and get it out the truck. So let me know in the comment section what your process is, especially if you're someone who loads up your vehicle by yourself. Let me know if you just get a ramp. Do you have a pickup truck? If you have a pickup truck, how do you make sure it gets in there? I do not feel comfortable riding up in the truck because I've seen so many stories of folks just dropping the bike off the ramp, so didn't want that to be a part of mine. So again, like, share, and subscribe. New to the channel, appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you on the next one.